Battlefield 6 open beta is just around the corner and the hype for the game is actually through the roof right now. And not gonna lie, DICE has been doing things really great so far. Tons of community updates, they're being very open about everything regarding the game, and they're actually listening to feedback, which is absolutely amazing. As you guys know, the open beta starts on August 9th, which is Saturday, and the early access starts on August 7th, which is Thursday. And if you didn't get a code by any chance for the early access, fear not, because on August 7th, if you're watching someone on Twitch who plays Battlefield 6 live, for just 30 minutes of watch time, you can actually get a code for the early access, which is awesome. I'll be definitely live streaming on YouTube and Twitch as well, so make sure you drop a follow and stay tuned for the live event to get some more codes to play early. But today I want to talk about everything you need to know about Battlefield 6 before the open beta drops. We got a huge community update yesterday, which is absolutely amazing. We're gonna talk a bit about the server browser in the game, because that's a pretty hot topic right now. And not gonna lie, I'm very excited to see what Battlefield can do with this new game. So far, everything has been great. I did get access to play the pre-alpha, which, not gonna lie, played so much better than the actual full release or the actual state of Battlefield 2042 right now. So definitely we are in for a treat. Hopefully DICE sticks to this and actually does a great job at launch as well. But anyways, today we're going to be talking about feedback and changes made for the open beta. So first of all, we're going to talk a bit about classes and closed versus open weapons, which is a very hot topic right now. If you guys have played Battlefield in the back in the day, you know that not every class can use every weapon. For example, Recon class can only use snipers or DMRs and stuff like that. So because of a lot of feedback saying that people want to actually have weapons locked per class, they are gonna have two separate playlists in the open beta, in which you can play either with open weapons, so each class can use whatever weapon they like, or you can have closed weapons, so only a certain amount of weapons can be used per class, which is the OG Battlefield way to play. So basically what they said is this: we recently shared our goal to connect both new and veteran players to the Battlefield experience. There has been ongoing discussions about previous class system, including interest in reintroducing closed weapons to the classes as a playlist option, which is absolutely the way Battlefield should be played. Not gonna lie, I really hope they actually choose this in the end. To support different playstyles, we develop functionality that allows you to choose between closed and open weapon modes, starting with the open beta. We're starting with a closed weapon conquest playlist in the beta, which is the early access on the 7th. You'll earn full XP progression in this mode, giving you freedom to play the way you want. With open beta inviting you to our largest play session yet, we encourage everyone to try switching between the both systems to find out what works best for you. I love they're doing this. And I did hear some rumors saying that the main game, when it releases, is gonna have two playlists as well. But I really hope, for the sake of the game, they will actually choose only one system, because I don't know, it's gonna split the player base a bit too much, and I feel like having only one system works best. Moving on, we have some changes to the maps and modes, and not gonna lie, I love this. This is basically changing the maps live, which is absolutely amazing. Basically, on the feedback they got from the player behavior and traversal across the maps in Battlefield Labs, they decided to basically change up a bit the maps, the way they played. You can see here they have the flow of the way that players actually played. So a lot of people went this way, a lot of people went that way, one attacking and defending and stuff like that. And because of that, several direct changes have also been made to the layout of objectives, including improved cover, adjusted objective sizes, and tailored design to support balanced play for both sides. We've also updated the visual look of objective boundaries and repositioned turrets across the map to further enhance gameplay. So this is actually huge. They are actually watching the way we play the game, what routes we take, what are the choke points and everything, to see if the defenders have a bigger advantage over the attackers and other way around. And they're actually changing the map based on our playstyle, which is absolutely amazing. Really hope this continues after release as well, with the new added maps and everything else. And actually we're gonna have revives in domination, which is pretty cool, because, well, revives are a great thing in Battlefield, so it would be actually nice to have them in here. So for the open beta, they're gonna be there. Moving on to weapons, and here is a very big topic in the community right now. I feel like I'm in this as well, because it did feel like the TTK in Battlefield 6, at least when the creator event happened, felt a bit too fast. So because of this, they made some changes to the weapons. Time to kill and time to death have been frequent topics in the community feedback. With your input, we balance damage across the weapons pool, and we're eager to hear your thoughts on how these changes feel during the beta, which is awesome. They already made some changes. Hopefully they're gonna make the time to kill a bit longer. Time to death sometimes can feel like getting one-shotted, even though the actual player shoots like 3-4 bullets at you, so maybe they balance that out a bit as well. We've also leveled up our weapon customization option. We work to enhance overall clarity to make the UI more user-friendly, so it's easier to see which weapons synergize best with each class, which is awesome. These improvements are designed to help you make more informed choices when building your loadout, ensuring that you can quickly understand the strengths and intended roles of different weapons. Again, this is very great. I've seen a bit the UI in the pre-alpha. There's definitely a lot of crazy things happening on the screen, but if they toned it down a bit, that is actually awesome. To further differentiate the classes and provide unique weapons advantages, we've introduced signature weapons. Selecting a weapon that aligns with your class now grants exclusive advantages for that weapon that no other class will benefit from. For example, no other class will be able to fully utilize the sniper rifle as effective as a Recon. Again, pretty much screams that you want closed weapons. Like, that is the point of having classes, you know. You want to use Recon, you're gonna play as a sniper. But anyways, before launch, this is again another great thing. TTK and time to death are gonna be fantastic changes here. Hopefully they feel a bit I don't know, better than what they were in the pre-alpha, and I can't really explain it too much, but sometimes it feels like you're dying too quick, sometimes it feels like the enemy dies in just like 1 or 2 bullets, so maybe they, like, I don't know, balance that across the board a bit. But now, through some of the biggest changes happening, the road to launch, adapting and implementing feedback takes time, and while open beta will give us an early look at the class system, is not the final adaptation. After the open beta has concluded, there will be more opportunities to shape the class experience together before launch through upcoming Battlefield Lab play session. Definitely cannot wait for those, hopefully I'll get invited. Here there are some pretty crazy things happening. Not gonna talk too much about engineer and support, because yeah, they're pretty much gonna be the same. For example, on engineer, we're pleased to hear balanced feedback on engineer class, especially in the terms of their core role in vehicle gameplay and explosions. We're eager to learn more about how the engineering gadget pool supports and destroys vehicles, and how effective engineers feel directly in the combat. So they're basically waiting for more feedback from the open beta when it comes to engineer, but so far seems like they are happy with how the class plays. Also for support, they receive generally positive feedback, which is great. There are not going to be too many changes on this. Most likely they're going to wait for more feedback from the open beta, where there's going to be like a huge player base. But now to the 2 big changes. One of them is going to be for Assault, and not gonna lie, I think I like this. So, while Assault has been recognized as the class for frontline medics and a favorite among lone wolf players, we're now placing greater emphasis on team play. Awesome already. With reward traits and gadget, Assault offers passive squad benefits that encourage team play and provides a stronger support for the squad. The Adrenaline Injector, I've never been a fan of this. I feel like this is a more of a Call of Duty kind of thing and should kind of stay out of Battlefield, but with this change, I kind of like it. Initially offering self-healing effect, now clears and boosts resistance to flash and stun effects, enhances tolerance to explosives and incendiary damage, and improves movement speed. So, from what I read here, it takes away the self-healing effect, and now adds like resistance to flashes, stun effects and stuff like that, which I think it's amazing. Maybe I misinterpret this, so you guys let me know in the comments if it's still gonna self-heal whenever you use the Adrenaline Injector. So from what I read here, it seems like it's not healing anymore, it's just adding resistance to flashes, damage from explosions and stuff like that, which is awesome. We feel that this will reduce the self-sustaining perks and differentiate them from further from the support class, which is great because they have one as well that can actually revive and stuff like that. So for Assault is more like of a tank kind of situation with it. Commanding Presence has replaced Enhanced Mobility as a new signature trait. This trait speeds up capturing the objective for nearby squad members and takes you and your team out of combat status faster, which is great. We're also making a substantial change to the gadget pool of Assault class, sorry. This is a big one. We've renamed the Spawn Beacon to Deploy Beacon, and now it's part of the Assault class gadget pool instead of the Recon. So, I know a lot of people might be bamboozled by what's going on right here, but listen to me, this is actually a good thing. I know for as long as you play Battlefield, the Spawn Beacon was always like a part of the Recon class, but how many times have you spawned on a Spawn Beacon just to get spawned on top of a hill where a sniper is just camping trying to get some long range kills? That happens a lot in Battlefield, let me tell you. But now that the Assault, which is going to be in the front line, is going to have this, I feel like this could be a great way of getting your teammates back into combat, getting more involved, and actually being more useful for the team than for more of a, I don't know, self-play. Because let's be honest, the Spawn Beacon was mostly used by Recon so they can spawn back on their like hill just so they can snipe. But now you can actually get back in the action and do something for your team. I definitely really enjoyed this change. Also, a completely new gadget that is being introduced is the Assault Ladder. This versatile tool provides squads with access to previous unreachable areas, functioning as either a ladder or a ramp depending on the deployment angle. We've seen this in the trailer, look pretty cool, and I think this, the Assault Ladder combined with the Deploy Beacon, are gonna be pretty great. Imagine playing Assault, you manage to capture a point or anything like that, or you're like behind enemy teams. You can actually use one of those ladders to put a Deploy Beacon somewhere, I don't know, safe, less visible and stuff like that, so teammates can spawn on it, which is absolutely amazing. I think it will make some pretty great plays. Not going to lie, definitely cannot wait to try them out. For Recon, we saw the opportunity to strengthen the disinformation and sabotage component of its role. With that in mind, we set to redefine one of Recon's training paths by removing Pathfinder and replacing it with Spec Ops, a nod to the stealthy explosive focus class last seen in Battlefield 2. Definitely a great reference right there to make the OG fans a bit happy. This is the path for anyone who wants to take on the stealth functions of their squad, providing them with insight on troops movement while quietly operating behind enemy lines. Awesome. Spec Ops Level 0, your base class training available from the start and allows quieter takedowns, crouch and prone movement. Spec Ops Level 1 spots nearby enemies gadget except while sprinting. So if you're like slowly moving around an enemy flag, you can like see their gadgets and stuff like that, which is very cool, except when you are sprinting, of course. And for Level 2, going prone takes you out of combat much faster, so people can like spawn on you a bit faster, and removes a spot on self. So if you're spotted and you go prone, it's gonna remove that spot, which again is pretty great, but not that huge of a change. Like it's not gonna be game breaking or anything like that, but might save you from a few weird situations. For example, you're in the smoke, you're spotted, you go prone, you can run out of there and the enemies don't see you anymore. In addition, the Recon class features an active ability at the level 3 that lets you call in a UAV to a marked position for passive spotting, further enhancing your squad's situational awareness. Together with the Recon signature trait Aim Spotting, which automatically spots enemies while you're aiming down the sights. You'll be fully equipped to play the intelligence and counterintelligence role of its full potential. Now, I'm fine with this. I'm fine with the UAV that marks players and stuff like that in a certain area, but not gonna lie, the aim spotting mechanic that automatically spots people whenever you ADS is kind of dumb. Like there's already so many ways that you can spot players in this game. We don't need something that would automatically do it for you. I think there was something like this in BF4, I don't remember exactly, but definitely very annoying. So I really hope DICE looks into this and kind of changes or even takes it out. So these are some of the big changes coming to the open beta. Definitely some crazy things happening with the classes, especially with the Deploy Beacon and stuff like that being on the Assault class. I kind of like that change. I understand why they did it and everything, and kind of cool what they're doing with Recon, trying to make it more stealthy and stuff like that. Definitely the aim spotting mechanic is not very great though. But other than that, I feel like DICE is doing a great thing. We also got a bit of a statement regarding the server browser, which is a thing that a lot of people want because SBMM. There's not going to be a server browser for the main mode, for the main game, but there will be a server browser in Portal, much like with 2042. That made a lot of people angry, that made some people happy and stuff like that. I understand there cannot be two of them. They will never add two server browsers because I feel like we have a pretty decent matchmaking. If they add a lot of like options on maps, modes and stuff like that you want to play on, that's going to be great for matchmaking, but they're not going to add a server browser as it seems right now. Also, there is a lot of talk about SBMM. We heard that a lot in COD and makes a lot of people quit the game, but in Battlefield there always been some sort of SBMM whenever you just quick match or anything like that, but it's always like based on your ping, your location, how full is the match, and finally it goes up to skill. But I've never really been in a match where I've been like stomped on by every single player in the game just because I quick match. No, it's mostly I get in a match where there's like a few players needed or where it's like pretty decent ping. So I feel like we're gonna be okay. We're not really gonna be hit by the SBMM. There will always be in Battlefield games, you're always gonna have like good players, okay players, bad players. Like it's always a mix of those. You're not gonna have those matches where it's just like noobs. No, even with the server browser, you see a server that is 50 out of 64, you join it, there might be 50 people that are actually pretty decent at the game and you're not gonna like it. So even with the server browser, you're still gonna have kind of the same experience. Other than that, we do have the sweet spot mechanic coming back to snipers, which I'm not really a big fan of. I feel like it's very cheap to get kills like that. Recon should always be based on headshots and stuff like that, so hitting a headshot with a sniper rifle should always grant you a kill. Not shooting someone in the chest at like 80 to 95 meters, you guaranteed a kill by hitting someone in the chest. I don't think that's how it should work. I really feel like they should take out the sweet spot mechanic just to add a bit more skill with that class. They also showed us what maps and modes we're going to be playing in the open beta, and for week 1 we're going to be having 3 maps, which is going to be Siege of Cairo, Liberation Peak and Iberian Offensive, which we've seen in the reveal event. And for the modes we're going to be having Conquest, closed weapons breakthrough, which is weapons specific for a certain class, and normal breakthrough with open weapons, domination and king of the hill. Of course, we're gonna be having some open beta rewards as well, as I said earlier, by just playing the game, completing challenges and stuff like that. And for weekend 2, we're gonna have the same maps from the weekend 1, but they're gonna add Empire State. So the 4 maps they had in the reveal event are gonna be played during the open beta weekends. And for the modes, it's gonna be the same as weekend 1, plus they're gonna add in Rush, which is awesome, and also Squad Deathmatch we saw in the reveal event as well. There's gonna be more challenges and stuff like that to do in weekend 2, so definitely a lot of things we can go for during the 2 weekends for the open beta. But anyways, honestly, I cannot wait to try out the game. I'm super hyped. As I said, I played the early access or the pre-alpha, whatever it's called, the Battlefield Labs version. It plays so much better than 2042, so I'm really hyped. I really feel like DICE has a great opportunity to create a good game right here. Let's just hope they actually stick to it and do the good thing and listen to the community feedback and stuff like that. As I said, I'm gonna be live streaming this on Twitch and on YouTube the day of release of early access, so on August 7th. I don't know exactly the time it's gonna release, but I'll definitely post up a live stream on YouTube, so make sure you guys are there and watch on Twitch to get some early access codes to actually use very fast. Also, you can pre-download the game right now on Steam, EA app, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever you're gonna play on, and even if you don't get a code, you're gonna be able to play for free on August 9th during the weekend and on the next weekend as well, which is absolutely fantastic. There's gonna be like tons of things you can unlock as well for the main game. So the more you play, the more levels you get, some certain amount of kills and stuff like that are gonna give you rewards, as in skins for weapons, for characters or for soldiers and stuff like that, which is great. And there are also gonna be some more Twitch drops in the form of skins and stuff like that if you're watching some players play Battlefield 6 on Twitch. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think about these changes. Let me know what you think about the beta. Are you gonna try it out? Are you not? Are you hyped to the game? Are you not? I'm really interested to see the opinion of you guys. So smash the like button, subscribe for more content, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.